Welcome back to the Fanspeak Network, and happy Friday to all. Fridays means Friends of Best Ball, and we have our Friends of Best Ball finale with Nez in just 1 minute. What is going on, Nez? Can you hear me okay? Because I feel like I'm having internet issues all of a sudden.
Yeah. No. You're good. Loud and clear. Well,
Okay,
not
awesome.
loud, but I can hear you.
Awesome. Well, again, Friends of Best Ball every Friday, but it is the finale today because best ball season is coming to a close, and I'm lucky to be joined by Nez from Badge Bros. Of course, you guys, if you're watching this, whether you're watching it live or coming in and watching it later, first hit that like button. You're probably already following Nez, but if for some crazy reason you're not, be sure to be following him and the Badge Bros, of course. But Nez, you also have some exciting news about something that you, Pete, and John just launched. So first of all, how are you doing? How are you keeping up with the end of best ball season? And then please tell me about Underdog Master Class.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm doing well. I do have my work cut out for me, BBM wise. But I think we're gonna get there. I have 30 left, which is a lot, but we're getting there. I know I'll get across the finish line. Got to get those 150 in. Finishing up my slow drafts. I feel for my brothers and sisters that have like over 30 left with the hour timers. That's
my brother here in chat has like 200 or something ridiculous.
Oh my God. I mean, you are just glued to the app or the desktop. There's just no getting away from that unless you have a good set of ranks. But that's going well. And then just this week we launched our Underdog Master Class for Underdog Battle Royales, which has been really well received. You just never know what the reception is going to be like when, you put a lot of effort into something and there's really no, we just had no idea how it's going to be received, but everyone's been really awesome in terms of feedback in regards to it. So I'm absolutely thrilled with how the launch has gone so far.
Well, that's awesome. Well, tell a little bit more about what all the people are getting, because I think it's amazing. I think it's the perfect product released at the perfect time by the perfect people. Again, you, John and Pete, of course, but tell a little more about what all they'd be getting. I know my brother is probably going to be signing up. I'm sure other people listening are probably, you're probably going to get more and more signups as the Battle Royale first week one launched today, right?
Yeah. Yep. It has just launched like an hour ago. So things are like rapidly filling right now. It's a great time.
That's so exciting. I didn't realize it was just today. Okay. I knew it was launched, like you talked about it with Pete. I didn't realize today was the launch day.
Well, the launch of Battle Royales.
The Battle Royale. Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we are like impossibly back in that regard. But we launched this on Tuesday.
Okay, thank you. Tuesday. Yes.
And so really what it entails is it starts off, and if you do this in chronological order, it is a beginner's guide to Underdog into Battle Royales, the scoring format, how it works. All the basics are fully covered. And then we slowly dive into more advanced topics as far as how to draft them optimally, what has had success in the past, how we personally have had success in the past. And then we get into even deeper concepts like scrolling down, optimal scroll down ranges, what the field did in 2024 in terms of stacking, and what kind of success was seen in those various stack types. Really in-depth stuff there that John, Pete, and I each took chunks of to put out like the best product for somebody that is either a beginner or a veteran in the Battle Royale streets. I think there's something for everybody there. I think it's very well encompassing for all experiences in these streets.
Oh, absolutely. And like I said, it's done by the perfect people. You guys have had a ton of success. And I think it's good, like you said, for all different levels too, whether you're just getting started or, you're a little further through, like someone like my brother or Andrew, I think it's perfect for all levels. So I put the link up. Be sure, I know the link is in your Twitter Twitter bio and everything too. So be sure to check this out. If you're in the Battle Royale streets, which again, we are so back. Week 1 is up. Then this is the product you need for sure. Let me say hi to the folks in chat. I changed the poll for Mike Robb because we are going to be doing, speaking of in-season content, best ball season winds down, but we're still ramping right into in-season content. We will have DFS, some Battle Royale content as well. Andrew and Justin will be doing live drafts on Wednesdays. Steve and I will take an early look on Mondays. But DFS, Battle Royales, tons of NFL betting, which then you can apply to pick them. So we'll get all your DGen needs covered here. Poll is on the chat. Let me know. I want to know what people are kind of most interested in. But yeah, could be covered in our Substack link in the description. And then, of course, here on the channel. So and we got someone that came over from your channel. I know you've had a busy day today on Pete's channel, on your channel. Now you're so kind to join me on my channel. But good to see you, Raspook. And then, yes, I was on time today. Good to see our guy Andrew in here. Steve, I didn't think you were down to 40 slow drafts, but that's impressive if you got down to that. But
that's good.
Yeah. Andrew feels so back, so alive. He did 3 Battle Royales today. And yes, the link is in the description. So I know we talked pre-show. You said you're down to just like a handful of slows, winding it down. How many more fast are you trying to get done in these next, less than a week, obviously?
Yeah. So let's see here. In terms of BBM, I have exactly 30 left. Okay. So it's going to be a grind for sure. Probably a little bit of a late night tonight. My family knows what it is though. Like they know this is a busy weekend for me, and I've got my work cut out for me. I don't think that it's going to fill on me. I mean, we are at 89%, so it's getting close, but I think it lasts through Monday, but I'm going to hopefully be done by Monday.
Monday.
I mean,
it usually out for me. It usually feels like Labor Day is like the day that it kind of ends around, that Sunday to Tuesday. It usually doesn't go right up to Thursday. So that's good that you have it planned out. I do much less BBM. I kind of save it for these, and I am going to do one more, and I'm going to try to pick a time like 3 a.m. Eastern or something like that, where I don't accidentally get into like a stream draft room or something like that. I'll have to wait till all the West Coast guys like shut it down for the night. And then I'm going to try to sneak in for one last one. And then Steve will be doing live drafts here on the channel this weekend. I'll probably jump on with him Monday, but I'm winding it down. I'm going to do some more marathons. I like that. Did you get into the marathon and sprint streets much?
I did. Yeah. I was really in on during promo season on those stuff. And then I also just like dabbled a little bit non-promo as well. But yeah, I did. It's definitely not my strong suit. I don't have a ton of success doing the marathon style of drafts, but I tried to change my focus and put myself in a position to have better teams this time around. So we'll see how that goes. But the cumulative scoring stuff, I have not had a lot of success in the past, but we're going back in. We're trying.
Okay, I like it. Maybe I was just lucky, but I just did 6, dabbled with it last year. I've done drafters too in the past, but I've always done better on half point PPR sites. So that's why I do love Underdog so much. Half PPR, it's God's game to me. Touchdown hunting. For some reason my brain must not compute PPR as well, and the points per reception. So I love that Underdog, and I hope it continues, even though there's going to be likely overlay in marathon and sprint this year. I hope it continues next year. But I did 6 entries last year, and I still had a week 17 sweat. I finished 138, won like 700. So that was kind of a fun little ROI on something that I didn't really expect. But I do feel like it's fun. I mean, obviously the luck factor comes in as your team just needs to stay healthy, right? And then
big part of it.
Yeah, that's a big part of the luck part of it. But then I do feel like it rewards for like your good player takes. So I'm trying to just lean heavily in on those. I'm going to do like 50 to 60, and I'm just trying to lean heavily into my player takes. And if I'm right and those guys stay healthy, maybe I'll have a fun little marathon sweat. If I'm not, then, then I hope something else gets to the top. But
yeah, no, I fully agree. Right. You don't have to like you can be right and then not just like lose it all due to, a week 15 bad game or pod luck. So it is.
Yeah, how about it really does reward you. Mathology, who was first place in the BBM last year. I
I
mean, yeah.
know.
I mean, what won like what, $70, $35 on that team? And it's like it was the best scoring team weeks 1 through 14.
It
So
was a monster. It was
it
a
was
monster team.
it was truly a monster.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
If you're coming in, we are going to jump into a BBM6 live draft. I'll likely do a one marathon after this because I said I'm doing a handful of this, but Nez and I are going to draft a BBM together here soon. Let me get to the chat real quick and then we will jump in. Best ball on call. Great to see you, my friend. Nez is the realist. He absolutely is. No, Steve's up on 40 slows currently and still has 150 to 200. So my brother's a psychopath.
I love it. I love it. Just like me.
What's up, best ball fan? Absolute legend here, JB. Absolutely. Check the DFS prices on FanDuel. Okay, I need to check out FanDuel pricing too in the DFS streets, Tim. Yeah, so I've checked out DK pricing, but I haven't checked out FanDuel pricing yet. We got Kicks in here. Good to see you, Kicks. Happy Friday to you as well. Yeah, Battle Royale season is upon us, and our friend Jeff T, good to see you. And Kelly, happy Friday to all. Nez, I think it's time. Hopefully I don't have any location errors, but we are going to, build a winner here. So add one more. We're going to get one more in here. So if anybody wants to join us, I'm going to enter now. We will, if anybody would like to see us, looks like we're good. So we're waiting on 8.
Nice.
If you would like to join us in a BBM6, this will be one of my last of the season. Jump in with us. The water is warm. And hopefully 2 of us move on. We got Brett in here. Always love seeing Brett.
Let's go,
2 of
Brett.
my favorite people. Always love seeing Brett. Good to see you. Happy Friday to you as well. We are so back. I don't know. How are you feeling, Nez? Like, do you get sad as the end of baseball season, or are you so ready for real football?
I'm very much ready for real football. Very much so.
Same.
Yeah, baseball season was a lot of fun. We are just like, a lot of things happen that are entertaining, but just out of pure boredom. And like, I think a lot of people really just need the season to start, myself included. Yeah. So I'm ready for real football. I'm ready to be humbled beyond my wildest imagination, and hopefully take down some BRs in the process.
Exactly.
But yeah,
exactly. Yeah. We all love baseball season, but I think it's fun. Oh, look at us getting the 101 here. It's just fun for real football to begin and the real sweat to begin for baseball season, BR season, DFS, sports betting. So let me see. I don't know if I recognize anybody in here. So far it doesn't look like we have any friends. So hopefully we're moving on here, Nez, and anybody else that wants to join us in the top 2. But I
can identify a couple of my mis amigos in here. So
all right,
Dave is a homie.
Okay,
and,
love it.
And Riley Taylor is Respooked. So
okay.
Yeah, Respook's always hanging out in my chat. Shout out Respooked and shout out Dave.
Okay, what number is Respooked at?
Riley Taylor at 6.
Okay, Riley Taylor. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Riley Taylor and Dave. So at the 4 and 6, and then we are at 1. Didn't figure you wanted to get crazy here. You want to just get Jamar Chase and move on?
Yeah, I think Jamar Chase is the 101 here. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. I haven't even thought about taking anybody other than Jamar Chase at 101. I think 102 you can obviously mix and match, but 101 I think you just really have to go Jamar.
I agree. That's how I've handled it all year. Haven't gotten crazy there. The past couple years, you definitely, saw people mixing it up, and it would kind of move your exposures. And I started slow getting 101 picks, but lately I've gotten some steam. So now I'm slightly over the field on Chase. How do you? The age-old best ball question: do you push Burrow or do you not push Burrow? That is the question.
When I'm drafting on my own accounts, I don't push him any longer. Because it's crunch time for me.
You want to get more Burrow, right? I mean,
yeah, I would like I don't have a lot of Chase and Burrow because I keep pushing and swinging and missing. So, at a certain point, it's like, what's really optimal here? Building non-Burrow Chase teams or reaching for Burrow and having some of that stack? Because you got to wonder at this point, like, how many of these Chase teams are stacked with Burrow, and how many of them are stacked with Burrow at the 6-7? I don't even know what to like. So to put it in a percentage, right? Like the percentage of Chase teams that are stacked with Burrow, I don't even know what number I would put it at. Like 20%. Is that low? Is that low?
No, I think probably for as many people as I see pushing it, I maybe a third. Maybe I'd say maybe a third, but I don't think it's because I do see a lot of people pushing. My big pushback to that all year has been I won't way over the field on Burrow. So, I think the people that always push Burrow and aren't, fluid on that are going to only have 4 or 5% Burrow. And that's not where a place I want to be, because the years he stays healthy, he is a top 5 QB. Obviously we need him to stay healthy, but when he does, and defense doesn't seem like it's getting any better. So, them in Cincinnati, now Dallas losing Micah Parsons. It's like, this is kind of the recipe of fantasy goodness is, bad defense and, great offensive, condensed offense. So I've made the stand that I'm taking Burrow at the 4-5 turn and getting a lot of Burrow stacks. And if he falls crazy, I'll back stack him. So that way I'll have some Chase Brown Burrow, some Burrow, back stacks, some Burrow Higgins, Burrow Chase, Burrow double stacks. I want to have every form of Burrow possible. So that's how I've handled it. We'll see if that's right or not.
No, I think it is right. And I think it helps too. So especially if you have confidence in Burrow being a great fantasy quarterback, which if you don't, I would love to hear the argument, but
what is the argument for that?
Yeah. We know very well who to stack them with, like Chase and or T Higgins. So it's one of the very few super clean stacks that do exist. So I like where your head's at. And like I said, that's what I'm doing nowadays when I roll the 101 in BBM. I take Burrow at the 4-5 turn and I feel good about it.
Kelly's with me here. Never push Burrow, have taken naked Burrow, disbanded in here. Always good to see you. Meant to pick all on the poll. Yes, all forms of degen is how I handle my in season. So here at the 2-3 turn, top of ADP, we've got Bucky, Ladd, Jacobs, Higgins, McBride, coming up with 2 to go. So why does it seem frozen?
Sometimes it just it just sticks. I hope it's not frozen. I think you can try to refresh.
Okay, there. Okay. Ooh, I was
no, this one's okay. This is
let me
interesting.
Refresh and look on my phone really quick here.
Yeah. Let's check on mobile. Don't want you to, even though if you auto here, it's really not the end of the world.
I am. So Jacobs, Higgins, either.
Jacobs is there?
Yeah.
Oh, I like Jacobs with this. Okay, cool.
Okay, got that.
I see that.
And then do we want Higgins or?
I like Higgins here. Do you? Or do you? What do you like to do?
No, I'm sorry. What did you say first? I missed it.
I do like Higgins here.
Okay, perfect. Let's do it.
Yeah, with the idea that we're going to do Burrow too.
Yes,
at the next pick.
Yes, there we go. Okay, that got a little bit scary there for a second, but we got it.
Great pivot. Yeah, you got the phone out real quick. That was great. Never a worry. Had it all the way.
It's like I knew it the whole time. Yeah,
exactly.
Fun
start.
Right. Naked Bro is my OnlyFans username. That's great.
That's awesome.
Only best ball nerds like us would understand that one.
I said naked Bryce Young today on P Stream, and somebody was like, "Geez, Nez, they called me a creeper," and I was like, "It is totally August when somebody is not sure what I'm talking about."
Come on, we've been talking about naked quarterbacks all summer now.
I know, come on.
So of the other contests, while we're on a mini break here to wait to come back, of the other contests. Are you maxing the sprinter marathon, just dabbling, or are you just more focusing on all those other great dog breeds that they release as well?
Right. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of the smaller max entry contests because I think those are just excellent for realizing your edge in those because the playing field is really even and it doesn't take a ton of money. As compared to the other contests to max to realize that edge. So I do a lot of the small entry, the small max entries. I'm not maxing sprint and marathon. That is like, on the contrary, a great contest to fire away at because they are likely to overlay.
Right.
I will say last year, like it looked like they were both going to overlay like crazy, and they
And there was
did.
a big last push. Yeah.
But they got to like 92%. So
Yeah.
it's not going to be like life-changing overlay, but
Right.
but they won't fill. So anytime that a contest doesn't fill, it's great for realizing, ROI or,
Sure.
improving ROI. But just, I guess, just to recap, mostly doing the min max, the 3 max,
Yes.
10
Yeah.
max, things like that. I'm dabbling in.
Right. Yeah. No, I absolutely love those great advance rate contests. When you get to a situation, I was in the Bulldog finals last year, it was 2 of 10, 2 of 10, in the playoffs. And that's so nice. It's to have that, as opposed to the gauntlet of BBM. So I definitely like to do a lot of those. And yeah, we'll see how marathon. I'm just doing like 25 sprint, and then I'm doing like 50 to 60 marathon. So I do like just diversifying with like the super flex, the rookie sophomores, just because if you're not kind of right in, or if things just don't go well in one particular style, maybe another style works for you. So
I know we both
Underdog.
really like super flex this year.
That's right. I remember your tweet after one of them, and you were like, there is just massive edge, and you were so right.
I think so.
It's like, I should have done more, quite honestly. And that's how my brother feels. And he really enjoys Superflex. And he's like, I just have to, get action on these because people are not playing them correctly,
Yeah, you can really tell a difference. I did a Rottweiler Superflex last night because I didn't want to do BBM, but I was like, well, let me just do one of these just to see how the streets are feeling. And it's way different. The ADP has shifted massively.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Those pre-draft contests are crazy.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Let's see what we got coming up here at 48.49. I've already queued Burrow per our, I thought I did per my, I guess I did on my phone and it didn't queue here.
Yeah.
But okay, so I've queued Burrow, and then let me bring top of ADP up is Worthy, JMO. Worthy goes Sutton, Kenneth Walker, DJ Moore, DK Metcalf. So a lot of receivers there. Kenneth Walker, all still there.
Yeah, that was a really big Worthy fall.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. It's
and my guy JMO goes.
I know. I love JMO. I absolutely love JMO. So a lot of good receivers here, and Burrow. We'll let the Burrow click down and give us a chance to talk it through. But what else are you liking?
I think wide receiver is the best pick on the board. Like Chuba. I do like Chuba, and I do like the outlook of the team this year, but it just doesn't feel like the correct pick.
So where do you lean?
As
Sutton,
that sounds?
DK, Ridley, Devonta Smith, Waddle, Hunter. 9 seconds. Sorry.
I think Sutton or DJ Moore for me. What do you like? I'd opt to you if you have one if you have a preference here.
Well, I did not click fast enough, so it's Sutton for us.
I like Sutton.
But I need more Sutton. Steve, my brother and I were just talking about that today. That's one that I so often click other guys in this range. JMO, Worthy, Pickens, Ridley, who just went. Pickens went very early in this one, which I, by the way, very much understand based on that Dallas defense getting much worse.
I know.
So I needed some more Sutton. So I like that.
Yeah, Sutton is definitely not a pick that's gonna like look awesome in screenshots by any means, but I think Sutton is going to project really well week in, week out. Bo Nix was really impressive in his rookie season. I think the team has gotten better. I know they have a strong defense, but when the team I think is just good, and I think Sean Payton is a really strong offensive minded coach. Right. I'm not necessarily worried about game script for a team that I just think is going to be good. When you compare Sutton's, pick'ems to other players for week one, I know that's like an imperfect science, but it's right up. Like, this is just a really flat tier,
Yeah.
So
it really is.
There's not a standout in my opinion. While on the clock there, so Sutton, bona fide wide receiver one for sure. I just think the Broncos are going to be really good.
I have to agree, and I probably honestly didn't get enough Sutton and Nix this year just because of other quarterbacks I like in that area, other receivers I like in that area, but they shouldn't be overlooked. So I Absolutely agree with that. I have to ask you on this next, like waiting to come back, as a Steelers fan, how do you feel? I am team Aaron Rodgers and think the old man still has a year left in the tank. Where are you as a Steelers fan?
Yeah, I think that he can. I think he's going to be better than I think. So I think he will be one of the best quarterbacks that we've had since like Big Ben in like 2020, and I liked Justin Fields. Like I do think Justin Fields is underrated, as a quarterback, and obviously everybody respects him in fantasy, but I am letting myself get excited,
Good.
like
I like it.
I can see the vision for what they're trying to do. Now, like, I don't think his weapons are spectacular, but I really think people are maybe not underselling is the right word, but like underrating Jonnu this season.
I agree.
They went out.
I think Jonnu and Freiermuth, quite honestly. Steve and I talk about it a lot. Like Arthur Smith was able to use Pitts and Jonnu, and that was with like who's the guy that just got cut? Desmond Ritter. Terrible quarterback play.
Right.
I think both are going to be utilized with Metcalf. And I have to ask you, I've seen you in drafts before take Roman Wilson. I was a Roman Wilson bull last summer.
Yeah.
I've seen some good Rodgers coach speak. I know he reamed him one time too, but I feel like he could emerge as the wide receiver too. Are you in line with me? Am I in line with Nez on a Roman Wilson, like could be the wide receiver too there?
Yeah, I take him in the 18th round a decent amount. I think we've seen enough of Calvin Austin to know that he's not a wide receiver 2, maybe, an okay wide receiver 3, but hasn't been usable for best ball. And so Roman Wilson is really like the evil we don't know, but he's, he's a more physical receiver than Calvin Austin. Not that he's a big guy, but he's more physical. He's very fast. And I think really has a chance to be second in targets for the Steelers. So, I mean, it's just a very undervalued wide receiver too. And if the pass rate's higher than people are projecting, then Roman Wilson could end up being like a pretty decent 18th round pick at like minuscule drafted percentage.
I know. I wonder what his projected ownership is. But then I've taken him in some time box contests too. But yeah, I was in a draft with you recently and I saw you take him and I was like, all right, I'm in good company here. I like it.
That's awesome.
But no, I've been back on Roman Wilson this year, hoping that works. So 72, we are up top of the ADP. Pacheco, Swift, Myers, Montgomery, Juwan Jennings, Laporta. Where are you thinking?
I kind of do Aaron Jones here.
Okay, got him. I want to make sure. Sometimes you do that. That works for me. I need some more Aaron Jones. I take a ton of Jordan Mason, so it's good to mix it up.
Okay, yeah. We're gonna get you on the other side here, and then from here, what do you like to do here?
I mean, I'd be fine either Pacheco, Montgomery, or I don't love the receivers here.
Let's do Pacheco.
Yeah, I kind of like. I've been trying to get my Pacheco exposure up. I started slow on him, and so now I'm trying to catch up. So I kind of like this. We have a build where it could definitely just be a 5 running back build with Jacobs, Aaron Jones, Pacheco, Burrow double stacked with Cortland Sutton. I kind of like where we're at there.
Yeah, so do I. I've been waiting to take Pacheco, and now like I'm trying to get a decent amount of him. I was really waiting for camp and preseason to finish out just to make sure that like he was not, being challenged for snaps. And we haven't had any reports that anybody's challenging him for snaps at all. And he's a year, extra time recovered off that ankle surgery. And I think people are really clinging to what they saw in the playoffs.
Well, that's what I was doing the start of draft season. I was like, my eyes, it was terrible. It was so bad. And then, then once I started seeing, tape of him and I was like, wow, I need to, change my priors here and get some Pacheco. And think through like what we saw of Pollard last year. When these guys have another year removed, sometimes you have to separate yourself from that. So, I'm trying to get over the field now on Pacheco. I have him in some slows, so I should end up around 10%. And that makes me happy because I definitely started really, really slow and not touching him. Jonnu was tight end 4 last year, now getting drafted as tight end 22. I agree. I think there's a lot of value with the Steelers. I wrote about Aaron Rodgers. People can say, well, he's old or whatever. He is old, but I still think he has enough. He's still like at the end of the season last year, he still had some big games. He helped me week 15 scoring, I think like 30 points, was quarterback 4 in week 15. So he was a huge help for me. He still has that in his bag, for sure, in my opinion. And I think with DK, both those tight ends, maybe Roman Wilson emerges. He's being drafted as quarterback 29. If he stays healthy, and I hope he does for Steelers fans and just for my bags, he is going to finish way higher than quarterback 29. So you're getting a huge value there. So I take him as a lot. I'm a 3 QB girl. I take a lot of Aaron Rodgers, third quarterback, and I'm willing to backstack him with like a Freiermuth or something, or Roman Wilson.
Yeah, no. I mean, they threw a ton last year in New York, and I don't think they're going to throw as much, but like he was clearly in good enough health to drop back, throw a football that many times. Like it's taxing on an old man, but he was able to do that and put himself at risk of, taking hits as well. So like, it seems like he has it about him more than people want to admit, because people just don't like Rodgers. I mean, I don't like Rodgers either, but he's a quarterback on the Steelers.
He's a quarterback now,
I'm a supporter, of course, but like, yeah, I think he's a questionable guy, but but I think that seeps into the best ball aspect
yes,
of it,
yes. No, I think people do let that for sure. So no, I'm excited to see it play out. How do you feel about the offensive line this year for Steelers? They're getting somebody back from last year, right? And didn't they draft somebody as well? I know
I think their center ended up getting hurt early last year. It's the line should be better than it is. Like in a vacuum, it should be good, but like they kind of messed up the Broderick Jones stuff from the jump, and they keep moving around on the line. But run blocking, it should be okay, and I think they're just going to be serviceable. I don't think they're otherworldly, but I do not think they're bad. Like I don't think that the line is going to be a problem. Which like at that point, like it's negligible in my opinion, but they just should be better.
Okay. All right. Well, that gives me hope for my Steelers bags. Our guy Mike says, let's see if she pushes the Church of Scatterboo. Where do you stand on Cam Scatterboo? A little early here, maybe, but so you might not come around. But yeah, I am a Cam Scatterboo obsessed. Where are you on Scatterboo? But we can also talk about that after the picks. Jaden Reed, Kelsey, Andrews, Kyler, Cup, Godwin, JCM flying up the boards. We don't have any other stacks, I don't think, built out since just Sutton, because I think Nix is gone. So where are you thinking?
Cup, Andrews stick out to me right now. I'm off Jaden Reed big time at the moment with this foot.
Yeah, I definitely need another receiver, so I like the Cup call. Totally fine with Andrews. Need to get my exposure up on him. So yeah, does that work for you? Is there anything else?
Let's scroll just a little bit.
Yeah. So scrolling down, JCM, Purdy, ETN, Dak, Evan Ingram, Mooney.
Yeah, I'm cool with Andrews here.
Okay, cool. Then we start 1, 3, 4, 1, kind of balance it out there. Yeah. So yeah, where did Bo Nix go in this one? I try to pay attention. Okay, he went right before us. So yeah, didn't quite fall back to us then. And yeah, JCM goes right after us. I took a little bit when he was later. I've taken a little bit as he's risen. How much have you taken of him?
I got a lot of him in weekly winners before that contest closed. So he like rose to like 170 at the highest there.
Okay. Oh, well, that's not bad. Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel really good about the shares that I have in weekly winners, because like he was maybe drafted in like 30% of that contest.
That's going to be
and he's risen a ton. So I'm hoping I can realize some of that equity there. I haven't drafted him since he's broken into the top 100. Maybe I'm being stubborn there, but I feel like I got enough while he was on his way to
I was able to get some in like the 170s, 160s, that kind of stuff. So I took a couple earlier. So where are you as a Scatterboo drafter? Like how much Scatterboo do you draft? I have to ask because it's just my kind of my brand on this show, my shtick, but it's a shtick I believe in. I really do think he'll be the goal line back, end up being the goal line back, and get some work in the passing game too. So I'm a big Scatterboo bull. Where do you stand on Scatterboo?
Yeah, right now I think Scatterboo is an excellent pick because he fell a lot while he wasn't at practice.
Yeah.
And never went back up once he returned to practice. So anytime those inefficiencies come up, like I really try to take advantage of them, especially if it's a player I was targeting before the injury hit. So I had a decent amount of Scatterboo before the injury. I stopped while he was in the middle of falling, and now I go back to taking him. I'm with you. I do think that Tyrone Tracy is good. So I wish that the path to him being the RB1 was cleaner. But I think Scatterboo is a great pick on a number of builds. He has upside if you have a robust RB build. I think he can be serviceable if you have a 0 RB build and you need some points. I think he accomplishes a lot of different things in builds.
Right. Yeah. And like Steve pointed out, in big board season, he has whose love affair is stronger makes for Scatterboo or Arthur Smith for tight ends. Good question. That's a really good question, Jeff. But Steve sent me at the start of big board season, the highlights, because I really don't watch college football. And I was like, oh my God, I'm in love. He's so fun to watch, I just feel like if you like Cam Scatterboo, you're fun at parties. You like fun, I just feel like he's going to be fun to watch. And I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but Steve pointed out that he has a lot of ways to get there. He could just be the goal line back. He could be, get some work in the passing game. He could, so I do feel like there are multiple paths, and hopefully, well, fingers crossed.
Yeah, I think where he really gets home is his receiving game. That's all that I've heard from, from other, scouts and film grinders, et cetera, is that because he's cool, but I was like, man, is this guy are we over our skis on here? And they're like, no, you don't understand. He is an elite receiver. He is very good in the passing game. So okay, all right, well, this is an archetype that fares well, has a number of ways to get home. So yeah, I'm taking him there.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to jinx it, but there's a chance. I'm saying there's a chance.
There's a chance.
But if not, we can also Drake May falling this far would be insane. I would always backstack. I'm obsessed with Drake May, and Scatterboo goes to top dog. Okay. Well, a girl could dream. It didn't work out. Top of ADP, Drake May, Christian Kirk, Marvin Mims. Okay, Drake May goes. I mean, I really jinxed both of my two favorite picks there. Yikes. Okay, we're on the clock. Mims, Kirk, Njoku, Goff, Keenan Allen. Where are you thinking here?
So can I get you to take Kirk? I see you don't have a lot of him there.
Yeah, I started slow. I've started taking him. He's in a couple of my slows. So yes, you can. You definitely need another receiver there.
Yeah.
Gives another stack option as well. What else do you like?
Let's look at the running backs here.
So obviously you're not mixing Ramondre, Tootin.
Let's get you some Tootin here.
Yeah, I don't have much Tootin either.
Yeah. I think that's a fine stance. I don't think that it's bad to be low on Tootin. I think that's you're on the right side of the probabilities there in terms of him mattering this season. But I want to have some to all of the Jacksonville backs, because I really don't know. If you're asking me honestly, I really don't know. I have no clue. No clue. Yeah. But I think we can take a shot on Tootin on this team and absorb maybe a slow start. If it takes a while for him to get there, then it's no big deal on this team. I don't think, but yeah, I do think he's very talented, but I'm not the one. I'm not the type of drafter to have my head in the clouds to think that, oh, he's good, so of course he's going to play a lot. Of course he's going to win it. I'm aware of how NFL coaches think and operate, and it's not in the way that we want them to. It is never in the way that we want them to. So I'm aware that the bet isn't quite as clean and high
probability
as as maybe the rest of people that stream best ball drafts think.
No, absolutely. And it's one of those, and especially if a trade happens, I mean, I still think that could be an outcome in Jacksonville. If there were to be a trade, then I want to have some more, like if ETN moves or something like that, then that's where I really think it could hit big time. So I definitely want to have a little more. So no, that is good. Mixing it up here, trying to think of other, don't have many other stacks built out, because I mean, we have Darnold, and we do have Darnold and Stroud available
Mhm.
potentially. But and then there are other guys in this area that can be backstack. But yeah, I mean, Mike Robb said, and Meg has to go to draft another before bed. I talked up Scatterboo and Drake May, two of my favorite picks all summer, and they both go right before our eyes. I thought, oh my god, if both fall to us, this is unreal. If one falls, it's great. But didn't have that luck, but that's okay. We're still going to land this plane.
It's kind of tough to get a lot of them because they go in similar pockets of the draft. So you really got to kind of pick a favorite child there and hope that the other one comes back to you.
Yeah. And I've done the thing where I've talked about this with Felix Castro, who won the DK Million Maker a few years ago. And he said he just that year loved Cup and Godwin and somebody else in the same range. And he was like, I would just pull them up so I could get a bunch of combos with them. And I started doing that with this range of guys. There's so many quarterbacks I love in this range. Obviously Scatterboo. There are a couple of receivers like Tyler Warren now goes above this, but Tyler Warren, there's a lot of guys I like in this range. And so I was starting to do the thing where it's like, well, if anybody's watching me, they're probably like, what the hell is she doing? Cause I'm pulling up, some a little higher to try to get 3 in the same range because it's tough when they all go in the same range.
I know we have this mindset in the community or, in best ball as a bubble that reaching is just an absolute no. It's a death sentence. But you look at these week 1 props and all these guys from that are separated by 2 rounds are separated by 5 yards in props. I mean, the differences between these players is really not as stark as the draft positions make them out to be. So you should absolutely get unique combos if you within reason, of course. We're not talking we're not going to pull up Roman Wilson here because we think he's a good pick, but obviously, but you should absolutely get your guys. That is an edge.
Yeah, especially to get the combos too. Okay, so top of the board's not Judkins, but Benson, Davis, Goddard, Penix, Hollywood Brown, Demario Douglas, Bryce Young. So a couple quarterbacks.
I like Hollywood.
Yeah, that works for me.
And then remind me what our running backs look like.
So running backs, we got 4. Jacobs, Aaron Jones, Pacheco, Tootin. I do like Ray Davis. I'll throw out, but I mean, I'm where could go wherever in this range.
But can I get you to do Bryce Young and set up a stack?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it looks like I can. 15%.
Heck yeah, you can. I love Bryce Young. I have him ranked way above ADP, and always had a bunch of Bryce Young, Adam Thielen. Obviously, that stack no longer exists. I accidentally, using Best Ball Overlay code Fanspeak, by the way, 25% off. They still do you can track your Battle Royale exposures and combos. I accidentally, I guess, because I took enough of JJ McCarthy and Thielen, have 6 or 7 JJ McCarthy Thielen team. So that's fun. But
nice.
Yeah, that wasn't by accident. But now I have some, as you said earlier on Pete's show, naked Bryce Young teams. But that's okay. That's all good. What's your favorite now backstack? Because now are you liking Coker? Are you liking Leggett? Jatavian Sanders, I think, could have more, definitely benefit from this trade. What do you think in there?
Yeah. If we can get Coker to come back, that would be phenomenal. But he is flying upwards right now.
Yes.
I still think Leggett is a good stack option. And I have a ton of JT Sanders, just an absolute boatload of
love it. There's great camp reports on him, great coach speak. It's all sounding really good for him. And I was on him last year. My big stand was he went after Ben Sinnott, but he has a path better than Sinnott. We should be drafting him. I drafted a bunch of him last year. Didn't really work out, but he's kind of looked like he was about to break out and then got hurt and then kind of got injured when he came back and never really, but I think we could see a big improvement this year. And especially just to operate in the slot too, kind of in that area. I mean, he and Coker, I think, really benefit from Thielen heading to Minnesota.
I fully agree. I was really impressed with how JT Sanders looked on the field. He just, to me, looked like he belonged and made some really impressive grabs, ran some really impressive routes for a tight end that I was like, man, I can't believe that this guy is a tight end. The way that the way that he's going after balls, making catches, running routes. I think he's a really unique player. He's one of my favorite late round tight ends.
I can't believe he hasn't moved up at all. I'm glad
he's starting to.
He's starting to, but It feels good to be in lockstep with a sharp person like yourself, Nez, because
same with you.
The Robin Wilson. Well, thank you. The Robin Wilson, JT Sanders. These are some late round clicks that I'm still very comfortable with, and it surprises me they haven't risen further because, as we know, this time of year, some of these late round guys have just skyrocketed, which has then pushed down some veterans like DeAndre Hopkins and some other ones that are then making veterans fall and stuff like that. So it's wild. I mean, the streets are wild.
They are. It's a crazy year. The way people are, it's like we've been so starved for actionable information that as soon as we get something that's like barely actionable, like we just overreact on it, or maybe appropriately reacting. I'm not sure, but we've definitely been starved for actionable news. So yeah, we get it and we react quickly.
So what are you going to react to most in your last, you have a big push this weekend. What are you going to react? Like what exposures are you going to push the most?
Yeah. So I've kind of decided, and maybe it's just because like I'm bored and don't have a lot of it, but like I kind of realized that like a Marvin Harrison, Kyler Murray stack is just like an uber fun bet in that if the Marv Harrison bet hits, I think Kyler Murray pushes QB1. Like I think that his range of outcomes are just like absurd if Marvin Harrison breaks out and becomes that like generational wide receiver that we thought he was. And, if he hits, like, I don't know how Kyler Murray isn't having his best season in his career. So that's a stack that I've been trying to go after more because I just think that it's a really clean bet. And I think that I could fully understand how it hits. And it's just one of those things. Yeah, that it just like makes sense together. Okay, so awesome.
Coker's gone. Leggett is there. Don't know. And then top of the board, Hunter Henry is also there. What are you thinking? Did you
definitely Leggett?
Okay,
definitely Leggett.
Let's lock up the stack.
And then let's look at running backs if you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely. So Spears, White, Ford, Shipley, and then Dowdle a little down, but obviously
I would say Rashad White.
Yeah. I love Rashad White. I pumped the brakes once he got, but I definitely still think he's a good bet at this, this late in the draft. I mean, my goodness, I know 15th round. So
yeah, he fell and he's probably going to dress week 1 by the sounds of it. So that's like, that's one that like I was taking him at his expensive price. So now that he's bottomed out, I'd take him a ton down here as well. Really easy pick.
Oh, okay. I wanted to see if Darnold was there. He goes right after us. Yeah.
I thought he would fall back.
Yeah.
This is a very QB hungry room.
Yeah. Yeah. So that'll be interesting. He usually falls, can definitely fall back. So yeah, that's,
but we do have Cup for the, for the week 17 run back on this Carolina stuff, which like, it's nice to have. It's not something I seek out every single draft, but just knowing that it's there is a bonus for sure.
Right. Best Ball Call says White feels underpriced at this point. Very much so. I mean, he was up into the 140s or 130s, 140s, and now he's fallen so much. And like you said, he's probably gonna be active week 1. So
if they're not lying to us.
Yeah. Greg says, do Calvin, Austin, Roman Wilson exist separately? Calvin got some positive injury news today. I get what you're saying. It does feel like you hear about one or the other, but you're the Steelers fan. I'm sure you're, ears to the ground. And I know maybe it's just I hear what I want to hear, but I've definitely heard some positive coach speak and Roger speak on Wilson. So, and you kind of said, like, I think we know what Calvin Austin is.
Exactly. Yeah. I haven't kept up or heard anything today or read anything today about anything Steelers related, but at the end of the day, I'm just like making the Roman Wilson bet over Calvin Austin this season.
Right. Jeff T said Arthur Smith would be appalled at us. Only one tight end through 15 rounds. We wouldn't be getting a holiday card from Art. Nope. Absolutely. Maybe I don't want to jinx it because I jinxed it with Cam and I'm on a first name basis. Cam and Drake. I jinxed it with my two of my favorite picks, but there's some late round tight ends, I'll say, that I'm still very, very open to. So
yeah, same here. Hopefully we can at least get a stack going. But this room seems to be in lockstep with us, which is annoying.
Yes,
be
that is
honest.
annoying. The one other time recently, I didn't do like a countdown to like get people in, which I'm happy if people wanted to get in, they could have. There was room for 5 or 6, but one time Steve and I snuck into a room and it just went wonderfully. Like it wasn't with any of our friends and family, and just was able to get like insane values. We were like, this is amazing. I thought, okay, well, but you knew a couple names in here. And I was like, well, it's not like it's an all red badge room or anything like that. And yeah, it's been a tougher room. So yeah, definitely not getting all the values that you sometimes can get. So, but yeah, we'll be back up here. Just 3 picks to go, 192, 193. Obviously, I do have 2 guys that we had talked about. One goes. So Aaron Rodgers, damn, that top dog is taking all my guys.
I know. What? Come on.
What is up with that?
That's just uncalled for.
This is really, I mean, Top Dog, are you listening? Are you watching? What's going on?
Almost has to be. He won't admit it. But
so we've got, if he falls back to us, Sanders, and then do we have any starting quarterbacks left? So Matthew Stafford, Daniel Jones, Russell Wilson, who we don't know. So I don't know how you want to handle that.
I'm not like into forcing any of those remaining QBs. I do like Sanders, and I mean, I don't take a lot of. Well, you have a lot of Gesicki.
I love Gesicki, but
you do a lot of Burrow, so obviously that checks out.
Yeah,
definitely Sanders here. What do you think we need here? Running back potentially.
I think honestly,
it's a good room.
It's a good room. Honestly, we could go. I mean, I'll just cue Gesicki in case there's any errors, because I would be totally happy with that. I like Taj Brooks. I don't know if there's any other running backs like Keon Mitchell, Justice Hill, Kyle Monangai that you think are, they're exciting.
Just like handcuffs, and like
Do you want to just go? Okay, we got 3 tight ends now. So now we can. So we have 2, 5, 7, 3. I'll read the team so we can think this through for the last 20 picks while we're waiting. So we got Burrow, Bryce Young, and then we got Jacobs, Aaron Jones, Pacheco, Tootin, Rashad White, and then Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Cortland Sutton, Cooper Kupp, Christian Kirk, Hollywood Brown, Xavier Legette. I feel pretty good about the receiver room. And then Mark Andrews, Jatavian Sanders, and Mike Gesicki. So I always love getting a piece of the Cincinnati offense this late too. That's why I have a lot of Taj Brooks and Mike Gesicki.
Makes sense.
So I'd say like you could do like an advancement piece, like as like we didn't get. I usually end up getting some Giants. Ironically, as a Washington fan, with Scatterboo or Neighbors or sometimes I take Slayton late. You could do that on as like almost like, okay, I'm betting that he plays most of the season. Same with Daniel Jones, or like you said, running backs. It's top of ADP is Mitchell, Taj, Kyle Monangai. I do wonder if that could be a mystery box situation. I'm just wondering. And then I feel pretty good about receiver and definitely done a tight end. But what do you think?
No, I think the next pick is either a wide receiver that I'm not going to say because this room unfortunately likes to copy our ideas. Or a running back that just is like, contingency upside, maybe finds himself a role. So I do take Monangai a good bit. I like him. I think that like I people that do modeling, I understand that their process is their process, and based on what they care about and what has performed well, like I respect their models and their process. However, I don't know, man. I think Kyle Monangai's good. I just think he's a football player. They drafted him, and a point that I made the other day with John was that Monangai was getting JCM level hype from beats in camp. Like they were really in on Kyle Monangai.
There was a pretty steady drumbeat,
and they were adamant that they were not making any additions because we're good. We got Kyle Monangai. We don't need you, Devin Singletary. We don't need you, Tank Bigsby. So in my opinion, I see Kyle Monangai as a potentially better runner than DeAndre Swift, because DeAndre Swift, is like the overall opinion that he's not a very good runner. Roshan, I just think, has a piano on his back.
I was going to say, what's going on? There's like no news on Roshan, like none. It is like radio silent.
And then there's Monangai, who's the new guy, who I think is like a very pure running back that can potentially fill that void of like, man, we just need somebody that can like hit a hole, you
Yeah.
know, and because like Swift doesn't necessarily do that very often, and Roshan, by the time he hits the hole, there's a defender there smacking him in the chest.
Yeah.
So I do think there's a chance Monangai takes the
Well,
role and/or has, and obviously if anything happens to Swift or Roshan, then I think he assumes a bigger role as well. But I've been pumping the brakes because I'm like, historically, everything else about him does not line up as a rookie breakout. So I'm
right.
trying to balance and be and respect what has hit in the past. I'll go ahead and just say the wide receiver that I'm considering
Okay.
is Dontavian Wicks.
Okay. Okay. With is it the Reed injury that intrigues you, or
Yes,
yeah?
with Reed being hurt, I do think he's interesting, but I think this team may need upside at running back more. What do you think? I mean, we do have a pretty decent like this is a luxury pick for us, I think.
I do. I think, yeah, because I mean, we got 5 receivers by 120, and then we had 4 running backs by 121. So I could go. You could convince me either way on this one. I'd probably lean Monangai.
Let's go Monangai.
But you're totally fine with that because I don't want to bully you.
No. I need to be bullied into taking Monangai because I want to take him, but I'm like trying to like be a nerd about it. And like, no, you don't understand. He's a 7th round pick and he went to Rutgers and he didn't break out. Yada yada. Like, I need to just, you know what? Who cares? I like a guy. Why don't I just draft a guy?
Yeah, Greg says Monangai has patience and vision for the backfield, built to be a goal line back. It's similar to the Cam Scatterboo bet. The one preseason game, I thought he ran hard, and I thought maybe he could be the goal line back if Roshan can. So I like it. Let's review the team, and then I'll let you go, Nez. This has been a ton of fun, as it has been. You joined me last year, and I certainly appreciate this. So we drafted from the 1 spot, 2, 6, 7, 3. We're counting on Burrow for most of the year, and Bryce Young. I really like Bryce Young this year. So I like this Burrow, Young, and then we got Jacobs, Aaron Jones, Pacheco, Tuden, Rashad White, Kyle Monangai. Oh, I do love that as our last pick. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Cortland Sutton, Cooper Kupp, Christian Kirk, Hollywood Brown, and Xavier Legette, Mark Andrews, Jatavian Sanders, and Mike Gesicki. What do you think, Nez?
I love this team. I like
it. I like it. I got
it's a lot of fun. We checked a lot of the boxes that we needed to with a 6 stack and both our QB stacked. I like our tight ends. Running back room is really solid. I mean, Jamar Chase on the team. Enough said.
Exactly. Why is this? Okay, let me go to complete. I gotta label this baby because this could be going all the way. So we gotta label
this one. I
got a good feel about this one too. There are certain ones like off the jump that you just are like, ooh, I like that, and then there's some, and you never know. I mean, I label some yuck or love, and it could go the exact opposite way. But it's today's date. Label the old date in case this is the BBM winner. Friends of Best Ball Nez 829 saved. Okay, did it save? Let me refresh that to make sure. But Nez, what do you got coming up? Obviously, Badge Bros. We talked about Underdog Master Class. For the people that might have missed the beginning, talk about that. Battle Royales, what you got coming up. Okay, it is labeled. So we've got a winner built here, locked and loaded.
That's right. Not going to forget that. Thanks for having me. If you haven't, give UnderdogMasterClass.com a look. Pete Overzet, myself, and John Warner worked really, really hard on this all summer to give you every bit of edge that we possibly could for the Battle Royale streets, and no better time than right now with Battle Royales live in the Underdog lobby. I really think that no matter what your skill level is, what your experience level is, there's something for you to take away and learn. So if you do sign up, we have promo codes that are available in Pete's Discord, or if you're a member of the Badge Bros channel, you can be a member, $5 a month. And then there is a promo code in the channel from there that you can use to get 20% off to make it less than $100 for you if you want to take the plunge. It's one time. It's not a subscription. It's just a one-time purchase. And if you do, let me know what you think. I really would love to hear people's thoughts about this. But Meg, thank you for inviting me for the finale. This is
Friends of Best Ball finale. I couldn't
honored.
have picked a better person, Nez. I mean, you're so nice.
come
You're
on.
like you said, you're just like an OG in the community. You're the best. We appreciate you. Make sure you all are following Underdog or checking out Underdog Master Class. Of course, the Badge Bros content. I'm excited. Hopefully, we can root each other on this best ball season.
Yes. Yeah. I think we will. I have a feeling we're very aligned with our takes.
We are.
So
okay, let's go Steelers. Let's go Roman Wilson. Yes. I like it. I'm going to stay and draft a marathon if anybody wants to stay with me. But Nez, thank you so much. This has been a blast, and good luck to you this best ball season. I'm sure we'll be interacting on Twitter.
We sure will. Thanks, man.
All right, thank you. All right, guys, I'm going to bring the Underdog back over. We catch up with chat. Oh, wait, what did I do? I need this. Yes. Okay. So I know marathon isn't everybody's jam, but I am going to do a marathon draft. Let me hit the music because I can't draft without, when I'm by myself, I can't hear the silence. I need some music in the background. So let's put a little music out there. Let's see, what do we got here? Mix it up. Do we want the ducks? Do we want the daydreaming? Got to turn it up a little bit here so I can hear it. I don't know if I like that one or not. All right, we'll go with the space one. All right, so the music is on. I will catch up with chat really quick, and then I'm going to jump into a marathon first. I'm going to do a few more marathons. I'm going to do one more BBM on my own late at night, hopefully no streams, and that'll be my final BBM of the year. I'm going to do a few more marathons because I want to get over 50 and finish my slows. And I'll probably jump on with Steve Monday. Steve is going to be on most likely tomorrow and Sunday. I'll likely jump on with the Monday because every Monday, this channel is going to go right from best ball into in season. You're going to have DFS, Battle Royale, and tons of NFL betting content. So every Monday, we're going to release an NFL in-season schedule here for the channel and for Substack. $34.99 for the year. I changed the title of it. It's now called DGen package, because it's going to cover you for DFS, Battle Royale, and NFL bets in season, and then go right into best ball season. $34.99 for the year. You're not going to beat that, I promise you. So check out our Substack. There's even a free week trial link in the description. And I will have an NFL in-season schedule ready for you guys by Monday. We'll talk about that with Steve on Monday. Steve and I will do what we do every Monday, or going to be doing every Monday and in-season. Every Monday in-season, we're going to talk about obviously the Monday night slate. We're not going to have this Monday. Early look at Battle Royale and DFS early look. So this time we'll do early look at Battle Royale, DFS early look. But then future Mondays, we'll also be able to add Monday Night Football, and it's really exciting. So we'll have that on Mondays and Thursdays, but I'll give you the full in-season schedule on Monday when I join Steve. But okay, let's see here. I just want to get a few more marathon in. I know this isn't everybody's favorite, but I love it. I think it rewards, good player takes. So I'm jumping in. If anybody wants to jump in with me, and then I'm going to upload my marathon exposure because I'm making big stands. Okay, there's only one more person, so it looks like it's full. I thought this would take a while because usually marathon does take a while to fill. But it looks like we're full, and I am too. So it's either I want more lamb. I'm trying to have a big stand. These are my regular exposures. I'm gonna, after I make this pick, I'm gonna upload my marathon exposures. And hopefully it doesn't shut down everything. But I am trying to make a huge stand on McCaffrey is the round one. But I also think Lamb now, given the passing game situation, the defense situation for Dallas, I also think I just want to have a lot of Lamb and McCaffrey as my round one pick. So trying to decide because I'm only going to do probably 4 more. Probably go Lamb here because McCaffrey can fall a little later. But yeah, I've pulled up McCaffrey to 2 or 3 in this because, again, I want to have a big McCaffrey stand and lean heavily into player takes here. And I will catch up with chat after I make this pick. Okay, first one's on the clock. And by the way, did anybody get in here? I don't think so. But if you just want to watch me draft a marathon, here are my marathon takes. Happy to share them. Be sure to hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Again, I just mentioned all the great in-season content we have coming on the channel. All right. Oh, wow. Okay. I guess I got to go chase now because I mean, how often can you get Chase at 2 in this? So plans changed. TR is deciding between Lamb and McCaffrey, and then Jamar Chase falls. So that changed things. All right, let me actually go to Best Ball Overlay and, or actually let me go to another window of Underdog and make sure and put in my Underdog, or excuse me, my marathon exposures here. So let me go to the board and then we'll do that. But let me catch up with chat too, because I appreciate you guys watching and hitting that like button and joining us in here today on this Friday of Labor Day weekend. All right, we talked about Kyle Monangai. So that was some good chatter there. I like, he's the Honda Civic Toyota Corolla of the draft this year. I liked that we got that. Best Ball Overlay keeps the date if you just name. Oh, okay. Good to know. I appreciate that. Yes, you're right. I do obviously look at the back end of Best Ball Overlay. Disbanded liked Nez and I's draft. Nez is the best. Appreciate Nez. Obviously, you guys, I'm sure, are all following Nez on Twitter and Badge Bros, but if for some reason you're not, check it out and check out Underdog Master Class. It looks awesome. For sure. I really think that's a really cool product done by the perfect people to do it. Gerard DFS. Yes, this is the marathon format. So marathon is cumulative scoring weeks 1 through 17. No pod luck, no nothing. Every week means the same. So you're docking players like Rice and Addison who are suspended. You're docking players like Godwin who are going to be out for a little bit. You know, you can take them, but they just need to fall way later than you'd normally take them. So I love it. I think it rewards good player takes and strong structural drafting. And the luck is, instead of pod luck, it's your team just needs to stay healthy. So that's why I'm just going to go heavy on player takes, like have a big CMC stand, have obviously a big Scatterboo stand, Drake May, some of those quarterbacks that I like in those mid ranges. And, if I'm right, I'll get rewarded if they stay healthy. So we'll try. Yes, Mike, you are getting solo Meg today. Yeah, lucky me, Chase 102. Can you believe that? That is wild stuff. Okay, enjoy the tunes. I'm going to see if I can extract in the back end. We all know I'm not super tech savvy, so hopefully I don't shut down the stream. I'm going to try to extract my marathon exposures so you guys can see that I have made a big stand on marathon exposures, and I'm going to try to pull up Best Ball Overlay to check some combos for that as well. So I'm not sure if that'll be done by this next pick, probably not. But if McConkey falls to, yeah, that's easy. Okay, I'm going to take McConkey. I mean, how often can you get, I guess he has been falling, but McConkey Chase feels fun. I've already done some double stacks, but I may take, I just, may take T. Higgins. I don't know if I love this area, but I do probably need more Hampton though too. So Hampton or Higgins. I'm trying to think if I want more of the double stack or not. Yeah, I need to do some more back end stuff to see these marathon exposures and combos. Okay. You know what? I'll do a Chargers offensive bet here with Chase. So that way I'll have Chase and then McConkey, Hampton, as opposed to doing a double stack, which I know I've done multiple times with Chase in the marathon streams, marathon drafts. So I'll put the board up. Okay, it's still extracting. And then once that's done, then I want to also get my CSV file into Best Ball Overlay, bestballoverlay.com. Use code Fanspeak for 25% off. It has been huge for helping balance the exposures and the combos, which is what I'm doing literally as we are doing this draft. And it's going to be helpful if you're doing Battle Royales too. So once Best Ball season ends, we talked about Battle Royale and Nez Underdog Master Class and, the content we're going to have on the channel. But Best Ball Overlay is super helpful to manage your exposures and combos, especially combos, right? Because you could easily get the same combos. So I think that can be very key for that. So yes, I'm very happy to have Best Ball. Okay, so this is complete. Let me hit refresh. Hopefully I'll be able to see my marathon exposures here, and that will, help me make decisions for the rest of this draft. And then I'm also going to send myself the CSV file and upload that to the back end of Battle Royale, where I can manually check some things too. So don't mind me as I work to get all of this combo or these data set up for the tool of Best Ball Overlay to make sure I make some good decisions here. We got Aaron Sandy in here. Let me put this back too, as I was multitasking. We got Aaron Sandy in here he did have Steve's profile picture from where it had his finger at his nose during the ballsy stream. Now he got PPR Tyler during the Best Ball Jeopardy with the sunglasses against Candyman. Always love Aaron Sandy's photos. Hysterical. It's going to be May. Absolutely. I loved NSYNC when I was younger. It's going to be May. Ham this year, McDaniels and Vrabel. And I know Tim D, our guy, good to see you, Tim, is a Pats fan. McDaniels and Vrabel are going to will this team to a tremendous season. I agree. Why is everybody fading Tyreek? I'm one of the faders. Hands up. I just think we saw a little bit of the cliff last year. We'll see if we see the full cliff last year. Maybe it was just the wrist. But I mean, I just think between, he's got a screw loose and could walk out on the team or get traded or something. Maybe getting traded would be best for him. I do think we saw a decline last year. And then I just think the team is super fragile. If he doesn't get traded, if Tua has any issues, I just feel like that team is very, very fragile to just break apart. So I am fading Tyreek for better or for worse. Okay, Steve says Higgins. I do have a lot of the double stack already in Marathon, so that's why I decided to get a little more Hampton. I'm with you, Tim. I think a good year's coming for the Pats. But yeah, either way, I would have 2 good pieces of the Chargers, which I do have, or 2 good pieces of the Bengals. Thank you, Tim. Confirmed Fanspeak is the best. We appreciate you. All right. Oh, crap, I'm on the clock. Shocker. Well, I'm going to just wait. Who got Higgins? Did he go before or after me? Okay, he went before. I just took Burrow because I like a lot of these receivers, so. I don't mind Chuba. I like Pickens. I need more Sutton. I like Ridley. See what the turn does here. Yeah, I should have taken Pickens. I really wanted more Pickens, but I queued Burrow and wanted the stack. But obviously, that wasn't sharp of me because the okay. So Chuba or Sutton or I need some Sutton because I need some I think he's a good marathon pick too because just on a great offense, you're making a bet on that team all year. So I we talked about Nez, took Sutton. I talked about it with my brother. I definitely have Pickens over Sutton because I'm just so bullish on the Dallas passing game, but I do need to take more Sutton. So in hindsight, I should have taken Pickens because I really like Pickens and gone back and take Burrow because the Higgins drafter was over here. At the 5 spot. So my bad, but that's okay. I need more. I needed more Sutton anyway, so it's all good. All right. So, okay. Yeah. So we talked about the Higgins call. Appreciate you again, Tim. When are we getting Meg late slate Queen streams? We are going to, Steve and I on Thursdays are going to do DFS short slate content. So you will get that as part of our DFS content. Steve and I Steve won a early only slate. I love playing the short slates too, early only, afternoon only. So we're going to have that as part of our DFS content, both on Substack and here on the channel. Steve, do you ever get burned out? Again, the PPR Tyler picture kills me. Do you ever get burned out from drafting thousands of fantasy football teams? I'm guessing the answer is no. Yeah, I know. It doesn't look like the speed has declined. I don't know. I mean, maybe I am just reading too much in the last year. I just think Dolphins are super fragile. I'd rather make other bets there, but I don't think the speed's declined. I just wonder if, if he's declined. Again, could be totally wrong on this one, but I am fading him. I have like 1%. This weekend could break me in the slow draft streets, but honestly, I enjoy it. I love all the different contest scoring systems and getting the volume in there. Yeah, no, and it'll all pay off if you have similar advance rates in finals like last year, because that was such a fun sweat. Enjoyed that with my brother with his 16 finals teams. That was amazing. DFS short slate content, making me love you all even more. We got you, Mike. We got you again here on the channel and on our Substack, just $34.99 for the entire year. You're not going to find that literally anywhere else. I mean, Mike's already subbed, but for anybody else, you're not going to find that anywhere else. And obviously, it's just a lot of value because we're covering DFS, Battle Royale, NFL bets. We're going to send you all the bets we make individually and our parlays. And you can tell what you want, Disbanded. Yeah, I said hello to you earlier, but good to see you. I'm going to miss it. Yeah, definitely going to miss basketball, but I'm excited to just watch it play out now. And I'm excited in-season sweat for basketball and the in-season sweats weekly for DFS and Battle Royales and betting. It's just so fun to have like a weekly sweat. So fun. I miss that. Okay, I'm back up. Let's see. I don't want to fall behind at running back, so I'm going to take Monty. Obviously, there's huge contingent value there, contingent upside there. Like if something happened to Gibbs, where would Monty be going, right? And we don't want to put that in the universe. I hope for Gibbs himself, the Lions, and all my Gibbs shares that he's great and fine. But if he does, he would be going much higher. So he's just also, even if Gibbs is perfectly healthy and plays all 17 games, we saw what Monty did with him. So I'm totally fine with that in the end of sixth round. So if Diggs comes, yep. That's one of my big marathon stands is Diggs and the Pats, which now opens up. Just keep an eye on May because that's really who is. Yeah, I'm trying to see, is this? Yeah, because this is definitely my marathon ownership because I've been trying to get more May. He always goes earlier somehow, and I've gotten a lot more Purdy because I have a lot of like either a big McCaffrey bet. I have plenty of Pearsall and Kittle in marathon too, so I have a ton of Purdy. 33%. And this isn't like 50. I think I'm at like 49 drafts that I just saved. So I have 25% May and Purdy are like my big rounds. Dak 22%. I just want to have Baker big bets on these mid-round quarterbacks. So if I can get May, Burrow, that's super fun to me. Let me go over here. All right, yeah, I'm not going to worry about uploading the other stuff to Best Ball Relay because now that I see, my ownerships did upload fine, so that's good. Oh, thank you, Disbanded. Love the streams and the great content. Well, we're going to keep it coming. We're not going anywhere. We're probably only going to get more streams from us. There's going to be probably not on weekends, but there will literally be a ton of content Monday through Friday, and it'll be a lot. It'll be a lot of fun and very actionable content because it's content that either drafting Battle Royale, going through DFS plays and going through DFS stuff, and then bets, sides, totals, but especially for Steve and I picks alts, props, parlays, super fun. Dolphin slander aside, you guys have been awesome this offseason. Some of the more sober takes in the best ball YouTube world, betting against you on Scatterboo though. All right, Greg. Well, that's okay. I like that you gave me like a compliment first. I appreciate that. I appreciate you watching. And that's a very nice compliment. We hope we've added a lot to the best ball YouTube space this year, and we're going to keep it rolling. Hopefully we'll get a lot more people watching in season with all the in-season content that we've got coming. And then hopefully they roll over into next best ball season because there's a lot of obviously crossover of DFS betting people and best ball people. So, but I appreciate that. And hoping I'm right on my Scatterboo take though. But all right, I'm coming up in a minute and then I'll get to Aaron's comment. 2 picks coming up. Oh, and that's the other thing I do in this to get all my guys. I'm not afraid to pull guys up. First of all, I have guys ranked way ahead, but I'm also not afraid to pull guys up. It was what I just talked about with Nez. I'll let it tick down. Because if you try to get everybody to fall, you're not going to get the combos you want. And especially in the marathon where you're trying to hit that parlay of like, these guys are outperforming their ADP in every round. I'm trying to hit that parlay. I don't care about pulling guys up at all. All right. Like, so for instance, I'm at 98. I won't be back up to 119. So I'll probably just pull. Did Scatterboo already go? Oh my God. Who took Scatterboo? What is happening? Shut down the stream. Where did he go? I'll have to figure it out later. This is insane. Yeah, he went. I have 64% marathon. All right. I need more Keon Coleman. I actually think probably should have taken a running back because, I mean, I got like a double anchor with Hampton and Montgomery in a way, but you don't want to fall back behind a running back in marathon because you need projectable volume. I usually want 4 running backs, so this is definitely a different build for me. Unbelievable. We've got to find out where Scatterboo went. I'm so slow to find this. How do I not even see it yet? I see Tracy, Caleb Johnson, Jordan Mason. Oh, there he goes. Okay. He was at pick 89. The other Scatterboo bowl is Zebra 1000. Holy shit. Oh my God. This is terrible. My day's ruined. No, it's okay. But I am leaning heavily into air takes. I thought I could get Scatterboo May there. No such luck. It's all good. But this is what I'm talking about. Like, you just go get your guys in the marathon because, again, you're trying to get guys that are going to outperform their ADP, outperform their positional rank. So I don't care if I'm pulling up guys like 1 round early because I want to hit like the combos. I want to have plenty May Scatterboo teams, Purdy Scatterboo teams. Guys that go around the same area. So I'm not afraid to pull up a guy around or so to get that combo. Well, I'm happy I got this. So yeah, I got to figure out a way to catch up at running back here because that is 225 is definitely behind for me for a marathon build. So let me look at my running back rankings. Braylon Allen would be a big one as a 3rd running back if I can get him to fall back to me. Don't mind Ray Davis later. Ramondre's fine. There's some projectable volume. This is definitely going to need to be a 6 running back build one way or another. Eckler pull up is probably not this early, but I might just take a tight end here too. Though I definitely would reach for Ferguson or be fine reaching for Ferguson, but it's just like 10 spots because I might do like a 2 tight end build here so that I can do 6 running backs. Do I have any? Yeah, I have 2 week 12 buys. I mean, I could also stop at 6 receivers potentially too. So yeah, there's options. I'm just trying to talk it through. All right, 119. If Braylon Allen's there, he's my first choice. I really think he's going to be like the goal line back for the Jets. I know you can see I have 27% of him in the because this is my marathon exposure. All right, good. I'm going to get Braylon Allen. And then do I go Ramondre Stevenson or Jake Ferguson? Jake Ferguson would allow me to potentially just go 2 tight ends if I get another tight end reasonably soon. Ray Davis should be able to fall back to me. Who knows these days, Ramondre could fall back. Yeah, I want a piece of the Dallas passing game if Ferguson's there. All right, good. I have, okay, like I said, big stands, 35% Ferguson and adding to it. Boom. I have like 22% Dak. So I start 2, 3, 5, 1, Burrow, May, both stacked, Hampton, Montgomery, Braylon Allen. That's, I think, 3 projectable volume running backs, not totally contingent. But this will definitely be a 6 running back build at minimum. Chase, McConkey, Sutton, Diggs, Keon could stop at 6, likely will go 7, and then Jake Ferguson gives me the option to stop at 2 tight ends. If anybody has any specific marathon questions, let me know, because that is what I'm drafting here. But yeah, just to circle back to chat, appreciate your compliments on our content, Greg. And again, we'll be here all in season with tons of in-season content, and hoping I'm coming out on the right side of the scataboo. Meg or Steve, over your years of drafting, what habits have you adapted to help you become a better drafter the next year? Oh, I think that's a great question. I think for me, it's kind of like what I just went through, like knowing where you need more of, like your allocation to basically, where you spent your capital, and to make sure that it's secured. So if I didn't get enough running back early, then I need 6 running backs. If I didn't get enough receivers early, then I'm going to need 8 receivers, those kind of things. I also think Steve's helped me adapt this way, especially for underdog scoring, touchdown hunting, half point PPR. Touchdown hunting, I am building for running back to hit the flex, winning the flex, running back to hit the flex, building that way. It doesn't always happen that way. Steve and I both had Zach Ertz in our finals teams that did well, and he was the tight end, and then we had another tight end that did well, and we had a tight end in our flex week 17 last year. But I think building for a running back to hit the flex, building to win the flex is another big thing that I've gotten better at. I've always been a 3 quarterback girl, and honestly, what happened last year, my Bulldog team, Dak got hurt week 7. And that team won 10K and finished 5th in the Bulldog. So I'm not going to change my 3 quarterback stance very often, unless it just doesn't work out, like the draft that Nez and I had, where quarterbacks just went and we just couldn't get one. That's a good question though, because you are always like changing and adapting. I'm also trying not to be too stubborn with my player takes, like of ones where I see the path, I'm trying to get a little something. There are some that I just do fade. I think it's fine to make fades. For me, focusing on structure and advance rate, I treat these tournaments as qualifiers, so I win as many possible tickets to a big money prize. Yeah, Steve talked about that in one of our strategy shows, and I couldn't agree more. And I know in Pete's video, Ray Davis did fall back to me. I don't feel like I need to double stack. So that's a good 4th running back, I feel like. Don't think I need to double stack, but Pop Douglas is there. I just want to see tight ends, top of ADP. I don't mind actually double stacking with Henry. Ferguson Henry feels like it gives me the option to stop if I want. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Then I'll be through 13 rounds. I'll be 2, 4, 5, 2. So I feel like I'm in a good position to be 3, 6, 7, 3. No, excuse 3, 6, 7, 2. But if I, later on feel like I need to go like 3, 6, 6, 3, I can. I think that's good. All right, let me go back. But no, Steve talked about that on a recent strategy show, and I think that's a perfect way, like coming from the DFS streets to best ball, that's a perfect way to explain it is, advance rate, it's like getting tickets to the big money prize. And so you got to advance first. And I think so often in the best ball space, people talk about advance rates or building to succeed in week 17, and you can't do both. Well, you can, trust me, you can. Because Steve's a perfect example. Had over a 30% advance rate last year, 16 final teams on DraftKings and Underdog, 13 on Underdog, and had a 4th place finish in Big Board. So I think he was built to advance and to have success, because he did. So I know that it's possible. I don't think it's a one or other. I think too often best ball content is too black and white. It's a very nuanced game we play. And one of the things, speaking on Steve's point about advance rate, I love Nez and Neil, and I meant to compliment Nez on his Truth Serum. Obviously, I love the Best Ball Bros video that Pete did and does every year, and Fanspeak had a cameo in it at the beginning during his Octobox, which was amazing. But then Pete has had a busy week and amazing content as he always cranks out, and he did the Truth Serum take, and Nez and Neil, who I both love, both said you got to get there. Basically, like you got to get there, bro. You got to advance to succeed. And that's been Steve and I's biggest thing always, is like we are big on advance rate, and want to have as many shots as we possibly can. So Mike said, could you always bump up the subscription price $10 a month and let Steve answer relationship and life questions called Steve a Life Package? Oh my God, hysterical. Oh my, Mike, you crack us up. All right, let me think what I want to do here. Excuse me. I've had a headache all day, and so for some reason it's making me yawn too. Take a sip while I'm waiting to come back up, and I'll be up at the 14:15 turn. If you're just jumping in, this is a marathon draft. I love the marathon contest. I'm getting over, I think this is my 50th. I have a couple slows and I'm doing a couple more. So I'll be around 55, give or take. But I like it a lot. I think you're trying to hit that, like, I'm making the best pick in each round parlay, and have as many wins, as far as like big hits that are outperforming their ADP or positional rank. So you need this team to stay healthy for sure. But, if you're right on those player takes and the team stays healthy, you could have a shot for a fun sweat. All right. We talked about Rachaad White earlier as a 5th running back. Then I'll probably take an upside swing with like a rookie as my 6th. I think that's fun. All right. If Coker falls back, I'm definitely taking Coker. Let's see. Sweat this one out. And then later, we're down to, this is why I take a ton of Rodgers. I have over 50% Rodgers because I want 3 quarterbacks. And again, I wrote about it. And you're to say 50% Rodgers. I'm sure people think that's gross. This is why I don't think it's gross, is he's going as quarterback 29. If he stays healthy, he's going to finish way above quarterback 29 in points. That's the whole name of the game of marathon. You want to outperform ADP, outperform positional rank. I literally guarantee it that he will finish above quarterback 29 if he plays this whole year and stays healthy. So, and then there's just beautiful back stacks with Rodgers with, then I would do 3 tight ends with Freiermuth or Jonnu. Jonnu's there. Freiermuth, I will say Gesicki's there, Freiermuth, I'll cue that for later. And then I'm always fine with Roman Wilson. I can't do both because I only have one more pick. So let's see. All right. Nez and I talked, Nez, Steelers fan, talked about it. So I only have 3 more picks. So I'll go, if I get Rodgers, I'll go Rodgers and one of his stacking partners, and then either Freiermuth or Roman Wilson, because likely Jonnu will be gone. And then if I do Roman Wilson, either way, it's going to be Rodgers. I just called Jonnu's gone. So it would be Rodgers, one of either Roman Wilson or Freiermuth. And that way I'll either be six receivers, 6 receivers, 3 tight ends, or 7 receivers, 2 tight ends, depending on what I do. And then I want like a fun upside swing at running back. So, because my running backs, Hampton, Montgomery, Braylon Allen, Ray Davis, Rachaad White. I think I did a good job of catching up of guys that are still going to have projectable volume and have a role and not just totally contingent backs. So that's good, but I still want a 6th in that case. So Taj Brooks obviously correlates, and, Keaton Mitchell is like a fun upside swing. Like if Justice Hill were to miss time, hopefully both Hill and Henry stay healthy, but I feel like he could be like a fun swing. Monongai, who we talked about, like a mystery box. Like, do we really think Swift's going to get all the workload? We haven't heard from Roshan this season. Giddens, Brashad Smith. So those would be swings I'd take. And actually, I'd probably let Freiermuth or Roman Wilson fall back because most of the time they do. So, I queued up Gesicki too, but that I can't do Gesicki and a stack with Rodgers and a running back. So I'll probably ditch that, even though I have Burrow. So I have Burrow, Chase. Maybe I'll tack on Taj as like the tiebreaker there. I have a lot of him. Yeah, I think he's the RB2 in Cincinnati. So, all right, let's see if Rodgers falls to me here. I just need one more pick. And then, yep. All right. Burrow, May, Rodgers, love that room. I mean, any of these running backs could fall back to me, but I think I'm just going to go with the correlated Taj Brooks bet. If anything happens to Chase Brown, I feel like he's the RB. I feel like he's still, like the other guy's, going to have some kind of workload. If they want to like take a little bit off Chase Brown's plate, especially as the season wears on. Samaje P. Ryan, we know what he is. So I think I'm going to go Taj Brooks there and then take one of Freiermuth or Roman Wilson, whoever comes back to me. Because honestly, if I had to stop at receiver, I'd be fine. All right, so we'll go there. So I have 3 quarterbacks, 6 running backs, 6 receivers, 2 tight ends. It'll either be Roman Wilson or Pat Freiermuth stacked with Rodgers. Chase, McConkey, Sutton, Diggs, Keon Coleman, Jalen Coker. If Roman Wilson goes and I take Freiermuth, I'm fine with that receiver room. I had 5 by pick 98, 4 by pick 74. So I think I'm fine with that. This draft went pretty quick. All right. Any other marathon questions, let me know in the chat. I will be heading out after this, but it's been a fun best ball friend. Oh shit, I'm only 18 minutes on one of my things. Hold on, let me make that pick. I hope I queued somebody. No, I did not. It's a good thing I caught this. Yikes. Sorry, I have to make a pick here. These slow clocks, I don't know how Steve's doing it. All right. The other one, I think the next closest one's 25 minutes, so I should be okay. But no, I appreciated Nez jumping on with me for the Friends of Best Ball finale. I'm sad the best ball season is winding down, but I'm so excited for in season. I'm so excited for sweating out our best ball takes. I'm so excited for DFS, Battle Royale, and especially NFL betting. And again, we'll have you covered on Substack, $34.99 for the entire year, link in the description and here on the channel. Monday, I'll be jumping on with Steve to talk about all the great full schedule for in season. So I am looking forward to that. Steve, I believe, will be on both tomorrow and Sunday, and he'll be on Monday for a little bit longer. And then, like I said, I'll jump on with him to do kind of give a little taste of what we're going to do every single Monday, minus the Monday Night Football part where we talk about props and parlays that we like for each Monday Night Football slate, which will start the following Monday. But I'll jump on and we'll do like DFS early look. We'll do Battle Royale early look, maybe a couple Battle Royale drafts, because that's what our Mondays are going to become. Battle Royale early look, DFS early look, Monday night picks and parlays. I'm so excited. I'm so ready for the season. I can't believe we're just days away. And we got our guy Cody in here, Off the Schneid. Be sure to check out Off the Schneid if you haven't already. Or if you're not followed and subscribed to Cody's channel yet, it's amazing best ball content as well. Cody, let us know if you're going live at all this weekend in chat. But all right, what it came back to me here. But good to see you, Cody. Hope the end of your best ball season is winding down well. Okay, so my guy Roman Wilson goes. Where did he go? Let's see. I wasn't paying attention. He went the 17th round last in the BBM too. So I need to sweat out one more. Will Freiermuth come back to me? This guy only has 2 tight ends. Come on. If not, I'll then stack Rodgers. It's fine. Yep. Boom. I have 48% Freiermuth because he shouldn't be an 18th round pick. Again, this is where they're going to finish. He's going as tight end. Oh, I can't find it now, but he's going, as a last round or undrafted tight end, and that just shouldn't be the case. If, again, it's always in marathon, because every week means the same cumulative scoring if they stay healthy, but if they stay healthy and play most of the season, he's going to finish way higher than an 18th round tight end, period. So I ended up 3-6-6-3. Burrow, May, Rogers, Hampton, David Montgomery, Braylon Allen, Ray Davis, Rashad White, Taj Brooks, Jamar Chase, Lad McConkey, Cortland Sutton, Steph Diggs, Keon Coleman, Jalen Coker, and then Jake Ferguson, Hunter Henry, Pat Freiermuth. So I feel like I had optionality there at the end. If I would have went Roman Wilson and 7 receivers, 2 tight ends, or Pat Freiermuth and 6 receivers, 3 tight ends, I'm happy with that. I had 4 receivers through 74, 5 through 98. So I feel good with that. And I know a lot of people would say 3 quarterbacks in marathon when you have Burrow, May, but you got to think of all the people that take Burrow, May, you're trying to get the most cumulative points. So they do have buys. It's not always black and white. What if one of them misses just like a couple weeks? You want to score the most points, especially in my opinion at quarterback and running back positions. And so of the people that are just drafting Burrow in May, now I have another out. If Aaron Rodgers stays healthy, well, then I have another out. Again, I think he's going to massively outperform quarterback 29. And so I'm trying to hit that parlay to stack points on top of that. My quarterbacks in the team that finished 138 last year were Allen, Kirk Cousins, and Will Levis. It ended up being that I drafted Will Levis because Allen and Kirk Cousins had the same bye. Thankfully, Levis came back for week 12, which was a late bye, and he did put up 17 points. That was huge. Had Will Levis done more while Kirk was out, later in the season, it would have helped me more. He just wasn't a good quarterback 3. I was lucky that he did what he did in week 17. So, all right. Yeah. Cody says probably 1 or 2 more streams before I wrap up 18 BBMs to finish out the season. Nice. That's awesome, Cody. So yeah, be sure to check out Cody's channel, Off the Shine, if you haven't already. Amazing best ball content there. And he's got a few more streams too. Steve will be on tomorrow, Sunday. He'll be on for a while on Monday, and I'll join him again to do our Monday content of DFS early look, Battle Royale early look, and drafts. And then we'll probably do a draft or 2 together as well. But I'm excited. This is the last Friends of Best Ball, and it's going to be a fun best ball season for all of us to hopefully sweat out together. And I'm so looking forward to all the in-season offerings that we have for you guys. I hope you guys will enjoy them on Substack here on the channel. And I hope we get a lot more new people too that then can carry into next best ball season. So this has been a fun Friday stream. Answer this question, and then I'll head out of here. With how much you love Rodgers and Cousins, I'm starting to think you're going with Steve to the bingo halls. You're not wrong. Well, for me, I actually, I based on my age, I actually like looking at Rodgers and Cousins. But yes, I also do love the old quarterbacks. People want to put them out and shoot them. I feel like old dogs or something. And it's I think they still have a little something there. And maybe it's because I'm in my 40s, but I love the old quarterbacks. I root them on. I think until like last year where we had a really good rookie quarterback class, it's like we had not replaced all the good like quarterbacks that we lost, like the Mannings and Brady and Breeze and all these guys, Ryan, that have like declined and then retired. We hadn't replaced them yet. Thankfully, last draft season it helped, the last rookie class helped replenish that. But I still love the olds and respect them. I mean, Rodgers was still fun at the end of last season, so I hope he still has a little something. And I watched the quarterback documentary. I thought the 3 quarterbacks they followed was awesome this year. And I honestly hope Cousins gets another shot. Unfortunately, that would come at somebody else's going down for the season, obviously. But I hope Cousins somehow, some way gets to put a bow on his ending too. So yeah, I when it comes to quarterbacks, Mike, you nailed it. I belong at the bingo halls as too. But I appreciate you guys. This has been a fun Friday stream. Again, check out Steve this weekend. We appreciate you guys. And I'll be back with Steve on Monday. So have a wonderful, wonderful, fun Labor Day weekend, and I will see you next time.